David. Today we were talking about the Andy Griffith Show. I don't know how many people who listen to this podcast have seen the Andy Griffith Show. But what do you think of the Andy Griffith Show? Like, I know I grew up watching it. I know you grew up watching it. What's your earliest memory of the Andy Griffith Show?
Man, I don't know. I watched a show like so long ago. I started watching that show so long ago. I don't even remember the first time I watched that show.
Well, I was wondering if you had a first memory of it, because like when we were talking about the Gilligan's Island, I was surprised that you had a earliest memory of it, because like in my mind, I've been watching it for so long that I don't remember the first time I watched it. Same with the Andy Griffith Show. I don't remember the first time I watched it, so that's why I asked, because I wasn't sure. You know.
Yeah, the Andy Griffith Show is yeah, I've been watching it for forever. My mom loves that show. I know your parents probably watched it a lot too growing up.
Oh yeah, we've watched a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good show because it's like of those like older TV shows, it's not my like top favorite, but it's still a really good show. It's one of those shows that I can put on and it's a comfort show, I guess, for me. Like a lot of these older TV shows are.
Yeah. It's a classic. I mean, you can't really hate on it because of the fact that it's a classic. Like you said, it may not be exactly your favorite TV show from that time or older TV show, but it's like it's so good that, and you've seen it so many times that like, yeah, it's a comfort show. It's a classic. You can't hate on it because it's a good show. You know, either way.
Yeah, it's just a show you can just kind of like wind down to it. Like I if I'm doing something, that's a good show. That's a good show I like to put on to like for like the background to like, because you know I've seen that show so much that I can watch it in the background or like have it on in the background and know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get off the topic of the Andy Griffith Show, but we were watching, me and Sarah watching The Office earlier today, and I was laying down. TV was out of sight, and I heard the episode, and halfway through, I kind of came into the realization that I wasn't actually watching the show, but I heard it, and I was visualizing the scenes in my head, and it was as if I was like sitting there watching it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not actually watching this. I'm just like kind of watching it in my head because I've seen it so many times. And the Andy Griffith Show is very much a show that I can kind of do that with a little bit too. Not maybe every single episode. I know you and me have talked about this, and obviously I think we'll probably dive into this a little bit more later on. But like once Barney left in the what, he's probably in 5 or 6 seasons, something like that. After that last season that he was in, you know, I didn't watch it as much, but like the ones with Barney, like I've seen tons and tons of times.
Yeah, pretty much the black and white ones, I have seen so many times because, like, I do like I think it's last 3 seasons are in color. They aren't bad, but they're not the first couple seasons that are in black and white.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a cast member, a main part of the plot, and it's like, well, now what? Like, you know, he was a very important part of the show. He leaves, and you know, it's like it's kind of one of those things where, you know, the Andy Griffith Show is a good show, and Andy Griffith did a great job playing Andy Taylor. But that being said, like when they did the last 3 seasons of the Andy Griffith Show, and then they did what was it? Mayberry
R.F.D.
What was that one?
Mayberry R.F.D.
Oh,
One with
yeah, they did that show. I think it wasn't it Omer, or is it Goober? It was Goober, right? Because Gomer Pyle was the one that went off, and they had his own show about that.
Yeah, because Gomer
Goober, right?
Yeah, it was Goober because Gomer was in he had his own show,
Yeah. It was Goober, that other guy. What was his name?
Sam, I think.
Tall, slender guy. Yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about
Mustache.
Warren, right?
No.
No.
I'm talking about who, because Mayberry R.F.D. didn't focus on Andy Taylor as much. It focused on the side characters a little more, right?
Well, no, because it was basically the Andy Griffith Show after Andy Griffith had left, because he left the show, and that's what it turned into.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it had those other side characters as the main characters, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's. I don't remember the names of all the characters in some of those later seasons. I mean, Goober was in it from pretty much the beginning, you know, like there was a crossover with him and Gomer, and then Gomer left and Goober was kind of took that spot. But so he was in some of the earlier stuff, but the other characters I think came in a little bit later, and so I don't remember a lot of their names. I can see them in my head, so you need to read my mind.
The main character in Mayberry R.F.D. was I think the character's name was Sam. I haven't watched Mayberry R.F.D. in a while, but it was the same guy who he was Ken Berry from F Troop. He was in a lot of movies back then too, but he was like the captain in F Troop.
I think I saw a little bit of F Troop.
Okay.
I'm sorry to keep clearing my throat in the mic. I'm trying not to, but I keep looking. I see it's gets picked up, so I apologize for that. I'm looking it up now. Okay. I see what you're talking about. Howard is the guy that I'm talking about.
Howard,
show. Yeah. Howard is who I was talking about. I see who Sam Jones is the guy that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're. I see. So yeah, I guess those three guys were the main characters, correct?
Yes.
Sam, Goober, and Howard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying.